Hello and welcome to episode 104 of Dorki's Entropia Universe report. This last week was a good one for me when it comes to Entropia. And while I only gained few hundred skill points, I did have rather good loot overall. I still have not released that second Snowdrake hunt though. To be honest, I will probably not release that one at all, since I did not get any globals and I did not loot any additional items that you have not seen in loots in last week's episode. I was very excited for them after that decent short hunt. Maybe something big would drop in the hours after the version update, I thought. But no, what happened instead was that I came out there like a naive tourist expecting fun times and cool souvenirs to buy on the cheap. However, rather than the expected friendly holiday, I got crowded by a bunch of locals who promptly buggered me with giant sticks, stole all my cash, and the only souvenir I got to show for it were the stitches on my pet card. In other words, that Snowdrake video would end up being long and boring, as I came back with about 50% TT return and no interesting new loot. I think it will be better to ditch that idea and instead publish my Vulcan Drake hunt that I did later in the week. That one was much nicer with some globals and I almost broke even. I will also release my short explore recycle crafts later this week. Those were what made my week and gave me a really nice profit of some 3000 ped. I promptly blew that profit on coke and a new carbine so that I can also hunt mid-level mobs here on the next island without being put off by the idea of finding a new tool of destruction after each and every hunt. I did not think I would buy anything, as my original plan was to just go back to my usual cheap activities and perhaps buy something if I happen to see a good deal. And as I was getting ready for my trip back to next island, after I spent a day or two on Arcadia to check out the new codex missions there, I went for one last look at the different planetary auctions just in case a good deal on a snuff stick presented itself somewhere in the universe. And there she was, EWE LC-100 Frontier at a relatively decent price. I wanted one of these for a very long time, but always thought the price was too high for what it was, until I saw that beauty for plus 2.4k ped. So now I can finally hunt on the next island with something other than the stuff from Trade Terminal or my CDF gun that is nearing the end of its lifespan. And since I have not been spending much time on Calypso over the last few months, I did not have the opportunity to farm enough daily tokens to buy another one of those nice CDF toys. Actually, you can see me go at it with my new carbine in this very episode. Anyway, as became the norm for me lately, I spent most of my week on the next island or down in ancient Greece, where I go to AFK craft with my Explore 1 blueprint. I know it does not do much for the revenue from ancient Greece shares, but it still does more than if I crafted them on next island proper. Although I must admit that I did my Explore recycle clicks off planet. One of those crafts I did on Calypso and the other one on Arcadia. I stopped on Calypso to sell some stuff when I decided to go check out Codex on Cyrene. I like that planet and was happy that it finally received Codex. To my surprise, I found out that Tide Claw Codex rank 5 or 6, I do not quite remember which one of those it was, gives an option for some rarer skills like botany, analysis, animal lore, etc. Some of the skills available at that rank also contribute to looter professions, and I was pleasantly surprised to find this reward on such an easy to hunt mob. Anyway, let's go over the Deed and Share payouts for the week from May 31st to June 7th, 2021. Arcadia Moon Deeds were their usual low-performing self with only 2 packs of dividends for the entire week, and their price finally seems to show that to at least some degree, as they were trading at about 34 PED per deed for the week. Arcadia does seem to have gotten an update this time around, but the new moon content is nowhere to be seen for now. I am happy the planet got codex at last though. Either way, this week was rather poor on the dividends overall. Ancient Greece shares did not pay anything, and a stack priced at $9.99 popped up once again. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace shares paid only 1 pack, and their price is at about 19 PED per share. It is kind of scary that at these prices, CP shares actually did worse than Arcadia Moon Deeds this week. To conclude, this week was good for me. I made enough profit to buy a new unlimited carbine, and I expect to get a lot of use out of it over the rest of this year. I think a good chunk of that mileage will come from next island, as that is the planet where I will be spending most of the time for now. However, I do plan to grind some codex ranks on Arcadia and Cyrene every now and then. Maybe I will even visit Calypso for a few days during the migration. Or maybe not, who knows. In any case, I will release a few videos later this week. First one will be my Vulcan Drake hunt where I got a few globals. I think I will make that one in a similar way to most of my mining videos from next island. I will just share my thoughts at the beginning of the video and then let the edited down version of my hunt play out to some random music. And I do have to edit out most of the shooting time and running around, since otherwise that video would be couple hours long. However, I will keep all the loots from those drakes in there so that you can see what sort of stuff they usually drop as loot. After I finish editing my Vulcan Drake video, I am going to release my Explo Recycle crafts, as they are fairly short and full of globals, and each of those 2 crafts contained a nice HOF as well. Those 2 HOFs were where the money for my new carbine came from. I guess I could have bought it anyway, but knowing myself, I am quite sure I would not have done so without all that nice profit. By the way, I am now back to crafting Explo ones, hunting small stuff and unamped mining. It is rarely a good thing to push your luck in Entropia Universe, so I shall not tempt Murphy to bugger me up my donkey with a lead dynamite stick. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you will have a lovely day today. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Thank you and good luck out there.